So, the manager has spoken this afternoon in his press conference. Let's have a look and see what the gaffer had to say ahead of the Chelsea game tomorrow. This is the Toon Review. Hi everybody, I'm Paul, back again with another video, and today we've got obviously the press conference reaction. Just a quick recording to see what Graeme Jones had to say ahead of the massive game against Chelsea tomorrow. Obviously we know it's massive because we're yet to win a game. Personally speaking, you know, my head had to rule my heart on my prediction of 3-1 Chelsea, but I'd love to see us get a win. It would be fantastic, a brilliant atmosphere again tomorrow, and it'll be amazing to see us get 3 points, especially against the European champions and the team currently at the summit of the Premier League. But Graeme Jones obviously spoke to the media this afternoon and immediately spoke about team news, where he said we've got Paul Dummett and Elliot Anderson still missing. Other than that, we've got a fully fit squad to choose from, which is fantastic news, given the terrible injuries that we had under Steve Bruce. And it was also nice to know that the team were training for the full 5 days this week to give us a hope in hell's chance of being fit. You know, thousands of times we've said, we seem to run out of gas, especially after about 60 minutes in the game. We start off blindingly well, but then we tire even in the first half, which is really, really frustrating. But you never know. What he's been working on in training this week is hopefully a lot of fitness and a lot of different options that we may take tomorrow. On last week's match, Graeme Jones said we're certainly not getting carried away with a draw, but it was a solid place to start. We spent the early part of the week focusing on ourselves and trying to be better, and the latter part of it on Chelsea themselves. I'm pleased with the 5 days of work. Now, for me, that is very different to how Steve Bruce used to run things, you know, and especially in press conferences when he would only say, you know, we've had a couple of days, we'll give it our best shot, we'll try this, we'll try that. But Graeme Jones has identified, you know, looking back on what went wrong against Palace, where we needed to improve, certainly for the first part of the week. And the second part of the week obviously being tactics against Chelsea, which is good to know, which is fantastic for us that we know the manager is focusing on the opposition. How many times in the past have we said our previous manager did not do his homework on the current opposition? He never did. If the team played well a week before, he'd just go out and tell them to do the same the week after without even a ha'porth of bother about, you know, working out the opposition. And that's the thing with Graeme Jones. He's looking to Chelsea and seeing, right, have they got any weak points? Where are our players best suited for this game? And how do we go about it? And that's what we want to see from a manager, which is superb. Then he said, we're a point better off than what we were last week, and we'll see where we are after tomorrow. The new manager needs to walk into a really healthy club with everyone pulling in the same direction, and that's my target. Now, given from what he said there, I think Graeme Jones is expecting this to be his last game. Certainly when he speaks about the new manager needs to walk into a healthy club. What he doesn't want to walk into is a team that's just been battered, and I think that's what he means by that. You know, if we lose heavily, confidence drops, morale drops, and the new manager has an even bigger job when he comes in to try and boost that morale, get the players' confidence going again, and get us going up the league table. So it's very interesting what he had to say there, because he's obviously making sure that the players are switched on 100% tomorrow, and will give it everything they have. Look, if Chelsea are the better team tomorrow, so be it. We know they've got some wonderful players in that team, and they can hurt anybody. Never mind a team that's been struggling defensively all season. But hopefully, if he's been sort of focused on that, you just never know. On what he hopes to achieve on the interim basis, he went on and said, I've got no complaints on how we've worked. Our conscience is clear and the response from the boys has been brilliant. Our job is to make sure this club is united as possible and united as possible as it can be for the next manager that comes in. Again, talking about the next manager, talking about how he wants the club to feel for this new manager who's coming in. Feeling positive, feeling confident, feeling like he's got something to aim at, rather than come into a downbeat dressing room. And it's fantastic that Jones is talking like that, because we haven't heard a manager talk like this in press conferences for many, many moons. And I think this is our opportunity now to see what Graeme Jones is all about. He's had the full 5 days with the team, and it'll be very interesting to see what he does. On tomorrow's game, he said, I'd like to see us being a little bit more sophisticated on the ball because we'd had a short period of putting the team together last week. It's not going to be easy against Chelsea. Without divulging too much, that would be the first thing. So again, he doesn't want to talk about what he's going to do, because obviously he doesn't want Chelsea to know, which is fair enough. But again, he talks about the short period of time he had last week, and I think we all went a little bit over the top when he named the team last week. He only had 2 days really to work with them. It wasn't his side, it wasn't his formation, it wasn't his anything really. But this week, he talks about working on the team early doors this week, and then the latter part of the week working on the Chelsea tactics. So we should see a difference tomorrow, and that'll really interest me. Graeme Jones on not playing the occasion. He said, I speak to the players a lot about their emotional control. Sometimes it's not going with the momentum of the crowd. It's understanding what's needed at certain moments in a game. The mental performance has to be good, as does the physical. So he's also talking about the physical side of that, as well as, the mental side of things, because the physical side of play has dropped dramatically after 10-15 minutes of a first half. We've all seen that, and we get sick of seeing it. We start so well. Tottenham, we started brilliantly and then went to pieces, and Tottenham took over the game. I think he's looking for a more different kind of response tomorrow. Not go all out guns blazing first 10 minutes and just wear ourselves to the floor. Let's play the full 90 minutes. Let's see what we can do against very, very good opposition. So the physical side of it's got to be there as well. But I think Graeme Jones, what he'll install in this team is a bit of self-belief, a bit of self-confidence, which a lot of the players haven't had for a long time, especially under the previous regime. But now, a man who comes in to motivate us is exactly what we need. We need to see these players up for the game and really wanting to go for it. I can understand what he's saying about not playing off the crowd all the time. We have to play our part in that. Yes, make the stadium ferocious before the game, but keep behind the players. Even if we go a goal down, we've got to keep, show the players that we believe in them. No matter what we think of them, we've got to show these players what we believe they can go and get something. Because, let's face it, we've done all right against Chelsea at home over the last several years. We've done really well. Hayden's last-minute winner, a 3-0 win. We've got... It's a little bit of a bogey stadium for Chelsea, and maybe, just maybe, we can sneak something tomorrow. I would love to think that. I really would. But it's going to be 90 minutes of very, very hard work, which I think Graeme Jones has alluded to in his press conference. So I'm, again, really chuffed with what he's come out with in that press conference. He hasn't mentioned, we'll try and get something against Chelsea. He hasn't mentioned what a, wonderful opposition we're playing. He's focusing on Newcastle United. And that is such a blessing for us to hear, that he's focused so much on the team and not about the opposition. He's keeping things quiet behind the scenes about the opposition that we're playing, and I think that's fantastic. He's not coming out and saying, Chelsea are this, Chelsea are that. He's keeping his cards close to his chest as to tactics, team formation, lineup. So I guess at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we'll find the lineup, we'll find what formation he's going with. But we've got to get behind the lads. And, tomorrow is probably the toughest game we faced this season against the European champions, league leaders. It will be a difficult game. But what we have to do is come out of it with some self-respect. Whatever the result, we've got to come off that pitch knowing that we've given 110% not just for the fans, for the badge and for Graeme Jones. Because, they have to go out there and perform. And if we get beat 3-0, but we've done really well, then so be it. That's how it works. But I want to see those players come off tomorrow and they can look in the mirror and say, we did all we could. We did it for the manager. We did it for the fans. We did it for everybody. Whatever the result, look in the mirror and be proud of the way they've played. But there you go, guys. That's my press conference reaction today. I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow. Certainly, whatever the result, I'm sure it'll be a great day again. We'll all be around at the side of the club shop well before the match. So if you do pass us and you see anybody come over and say hello, we're always there and looking forward to talking about the match with everybody. But if you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget to smash the like button up. It does help us build the channel. It is going up and up and up, and that's the way we want it to go. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do consider subscribing. A lot of people are coming back and watching videos, but not hitting the subscribe button. It's free to do, and again, it'll help us build the channel fantastically well. If you go into the game tomorrow, like I say, have a great day, enjoy the game, come and say hello if you see us, and if not, enjoy watching it from home or whatever you do, and have a smashing weekend. Take care, everybody.